Unless it says that Kong's a giant ape that's gonna get his bell rung, I probably hate it.
Baka, it's Sugoi. It's like, what is wrong with you?
Hitler should have regrets.
Welcome to this week's episode of General Grievance, where we talk about things we have grievances within the nerd community. This episode was sparked initially by Davis himself, getting very heated about an upcoming movie coming out, Godzilla vs. Kong. He is not a fan of the trailer, and I will agree with him and disagree with him on some of his points, but I just want to let everyone know before the episode starts. I'm mainly playing a devil's advocate on a lot of points, but overall I'm going to agree with his main point. Davis, start off why you don't like this trailer.
All righty. Well, oh god, I don't even know where to begin. I hate this so much. So I watched Godzilla when this is the newer cycle of kaiju
the Monsterverse.
movies. Yeah, the Monsterverse. So I liked Godzilla when it came out. It was very interesting, nice starter movie. Very heavy human plot. Didn't focus too much on the monsters, which was cool. And then Kong Skull Island came out, which focused a lot on the monster and they had very good human plot. Very cool. Liked it a lot. And then King of Monsters came out, which I couldn't even tell you what the human plot in that was. I was just there for the monster fights, and it did not disappoint. But what that movie really, and the previous ones, really showed me is that Godzilla is king of the monsters. He is insanely powerful, and frankly, they're shaping this up to be some actual real battle between Kong and Godzilla. And it's like, no, there's no way on Earth that the giant ape can beat this nuclear dragon that has existed for an insane amount of time, that defeated King Ghidorah. And those are just a few of the points I need to talk about in this. Let's see. Let's start with the major offenses that I found in this trailer that drove me insane. Yeah, so first off, we see in one of the opening scenes where Kong is on a boat. They're taking him to wherever he needs to be, and Godzilla comes out of nowhere to fight him, which is fine because there are two monsters in territory. We established in earlier movies that causes them to fight. They get aggressive.
Mhm.
Anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But Kong is just standing there, is just taking these big old punches at Godzilla and knocks him off the ship, which first off, why did Godzilla even stand up on the ship to begin with? I have no idea, because the scene right before that in the trailer, he just runs through a ship basically, no fuss, no muss, and stays in the water. So I don't know why he even got on deck in the first place. And then he goes underwater and shoots his nuclear fire breath up through the ship, and somehow Kong is going to be able to jump into the water and dodge him. Whatever. Sure, fine. I'll suspend my belief that Godzilla would do something that stupid, even though proving in previous movies that he wouldn't do something like that. And then it goes into all this stuff where Godzilla is attacking people, something's provoking him. So I'm guessing what their solution to this is going to be, they're going to bring Kong out to fight him and defeat him and try to make Kong king of the monsters then. Because the whole point of Godzilla is that he is the undisputed dominant force on the planet. And all the other kaiju that exist recognize that and bow to it, and they go back into sleep and not destroy humanity. And Godzilla's just out there. And now we're going to watch King Kong come in and try and mess all that up. Because humans, of course, are doing something stupid that probably provoked. So that's the beginning part that really annoyed me. The whole fact that Godzilla, there's even a fight scene where they're both on the ship is just annoying to me to begin with, because there's no reason for Godzilla to be on a ship, since he's just destroying ships willy-nilly, no problem. Could just destroy the ship. Probably would have killed Kong too, so whatever. And then we're going to get into... Okay, go ahead.
Before we go on, I do want to talk about the whole ship sequence and whatnot. Yeah, I kind of agree with you on this point. Is not even on the aspect of why did Godzilla jump on the aircraft carrier or anything like that. Yeah. I'm really interested to see what plot armor they're going to use for that they make it out of this, because Kong in water versus, which he's clearly jumping in the water in that scene, versus Godzilla is that's
Godzilla's natural territory is water.
Yeah,
he is a water creature.
That's like Mike Tyson fighting a newborn. That's that. You're not gonna. Mike Tyson's just gonna beat the crap out of that newborn. I'm very interested to see how Kong gets out of that, because I would say the only time that he has a chance is on dry land, and they're immediately showing that it starts out in water, which the battle will be over by then.
Yeah, 100%. There's no way. And I'd also like to point out that, because you said this is gonna be a huge plot armory thing, in the previous movie, King of Monsters, the big villain is King Ghidorah. He's an alien creature thing from outer space, and he is trying to mess up the Earth, and he is pretty much he's like trying to just like put himself out there as dominant king of the monsters
Yeah.
and have them wreck all of humanity.
Yeah, it's trying to
Anyways,
terraform the Earth.
the whole point, it's like the concepts are similar. They have a big baddie. They're trying to get another kaiju to fight it. They're trying to get Godzilla initially to fight King Ghidorah.
Mhm.
And there's a scene right after Rodan is awakened and does his whole sequence. There's a scene where Godzilla literally drags King Ghidorah into the water and was
Yep.
winning like by a lot.
Yeah,
And
because the water
probably would have won. Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
water is his natural territory. And the only
Yeah.
reason he lost is because dumb humans shot the oxygen destroyer bomb
Yes.
into there, and it fucked up Godzilla and not Ghidorah because Ghidorah's he's a space monster, doesn't need air. So the point is, this big terrible threat that was kind of scary, very strong monster was getting its bell rung in the water, and
Mhm.
Kong is nowhere near as strong
No.
as King Ghidorah, not at all.
No, especially in the water. Like it's just
Oh my god.
like we'll continue on the other parts of the trailer real quick, but it's Godzilla moves pretty slow on land, but
Yeah.
when he's in the water, it's no contest.
Yes.
No contest.
He's moving with the speed. He's moving with the speed as shown in there to smash clean through like an aircraft carrier.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you can be big, that's good, but to smash through it as fast as he did, you gotta be going fast too in the water.
Yeah.
So that was So let's give other points on that. I'll move on. But that was
No,
that's
yeah,
one of the
you-
most
you-
that's one of the earlier points in the movie where in the trailer where I'm already like, yeah, this is nonsense. There's no goddamn way this would ever the Kong would ever have a chance right now.
Yeah.
Here is what is going to drive me nuts. They're setting this up to be like, oh yeah, there was once upon a time a war between Godzilla's species and King Kong's species, and they're like the last survivors. And it's like, nah, that's pretty clear who would win that fight, like easily. If there were several Godzilla level creatures who shot nuclear fire breath, that's pretty much the end all beat all to any mammal based hairy monster that can be set on fire. And that brings me up to the point where Godzilla's nuclear fire breath is pretty OP. It pretty much fixes every problem. Definitely would fix the Kong problem. Because if we want to go back to Kong Skull Island, granted Kong was smaller. I understand. Yes, he's much bigger now. He was smaller, and a lake of napalm, which I'm just hazarding a guess because I don't know. I'm not a nuclear physicist or anything, but I would hazard a guess that napalm fire burns cooler than nuclear
Yep.
radiation fire, right?
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Like I
No,
just
it
feel
does.
like
It
that
does,
makes
yeah.
sense in my head. And Kong
Like-
got pretty messed up from just napalm fire,
Yeah.
like pretty messed up. Yeah, and they're probably gonna depower Godzilla for this movie because we saw as you just mentioned the actual. So there's his nuclear fire breath, and then there's these actual nuclear like blasts that he
Mhm.
does when he is granted very irradiated. I get that. That's fine.
Did take a nuclear bomb and Mothra to get him to that point.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. So I understand that level of depowering that he can't just vaporize whatever he touches, which is what his like nuclear. I don't know what we want to call it.
Pulse.
Super Saiyan God mode, nuclear mode, pulse,
Yes.
whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That's what it does. It vaporized King Ghidorah. And if Godzilla knocks over a nuclear like facility and gets even a fraction of that power, he's going to wreck Kong. Like
Mhm.
plot armor wise, that's not going to happen. That's fine. Whatever. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I feel like they're not gonna. That'd make Godzilla too strong.
Exactly. It would make him too strong.
The one thing, obviously, with this movie coming up is Kong is much older. He was like an adolescent beforehand, so maybe his skin is a little tougher, can deal with a little bit of fire and whatnot. Maybe.
Definitely can deal with nuclear fire. And one of my biggest pet peeves is that he has a weapon that can absorb and or just resist the nuclear fire breath of Godzilla.
Yeah.
Which there isn't like a substance on the planet that should be able to do that, much less. I get it. Kong is smarter. I'll give him credit. Kong is smarter than Godzilla. Definitely. Godzilla is strong, but he's much more animalistic. Kong thinks he can use simple weapons. We did see that in Kong Skull Island when he against the final boss there, he uses like a chain and an anchor, and he basically uses it as this giant, I don't know, whip, mallet, Morningstar thing, which is cool. I like that, definitely. But I don't think he's not smart enough to craft his own weapon, especially that level. I don't even know what his species isn't even strong enough.
What if
humans
the
could do
humans?
that for him?
Yeah,
but
maybe.
like,
What if the humans did it?
even then, like, all right, once again, I'm not quoting the science on this movie because obviously nuclear radiation in any form would kill most humans within a several multi-mile radius.
Yeah. Also,
Um,
we're talking about gigantic monsters fighting each other. So
this is also true. This is all true. So I won't question the science. So if this is some sort of radiation resistant, radiation resistant, fire resistant material that humans are somehow able to mine and create, I guess that could be not super unbelievable, but overall, even if he had that, I don't know. I still feel like if he misses even once with that axe and Godzilla's fire breath comes through, I think he's done. And that's just
Mhm.
that'll be the plot armor thing where he'll somehow block every single shot whatsoever.
I don't think you. Do you know the original Kong versus Godzilla?
No, I'm pretty sure
Okay.
Godzilla knocks him down at least.
No, yeah, Kong wins. Well, it's debated if Kong wins, but it seems like he won. So, I was looking up that movie. It's from like 1960 something. It's an
I
old
think I've
one,
seen
so
memes about it actually
yeah, never would watch it in a
recently
million years.
since this trailer came out.
But so I was, interested to see how Kong won, and you're gonna hate this if it's in the movie.
What
So
happened?
Kong actually has an electric ability.
Nope. No, he doesn't.
Yeah, and yeah,
No.
he does. He
No.
does.
No.
He
Nope.
does.
No.
And so he one aspect of the movie is like a bunch of power cords hit him and it makes him stronger. But Godzilla does knock him down in the movie, but then a lightning bolt comes and hits Kong
Oh
and
my god.
surges him even stronger, and he takes out Godzilla. So
You know,
there
somehow
is.
I was, you know what? I'm impressed. I didn't think they could give or Kong any more plot armor, but you know, the past somehow beat us to that, and they gave him the strongest plot armor I've ever seen. I guess
So what are you gonna do if that's in this movie?
I'll probably stop watching the movie. I'll walk out of the theater angry and rant about it on several chat rooms and try and spoil the movie for everyone because it'll be stupid and no one should go see it then.
Okay, well let's
No, if
talk.
that's not going to happen, because you know what's going to happen. You know what's going
What's
to
gonna happen?
happen
What's gonna happen?
because it's already visible in the movie. Two spots right in the beginning we saw it, and then at minute 42 you see the blueprints for it. They're going to team up. It's going to be one of those things where it's like no contest, and they're going to team up and they're going to fight Mecha Godzilla.
That is a heavy possibility. A lot of people can talk that. However, the director of the movie said,
Okay,
"I don't want this to be one of those people are don't know who wins kind of things. I wanted it to be you know who wins." Because he even referenced the old King Kong versus Godzilla. So what happens in old King Kong versus Godzilla is Kong pretty much gets struck by the lightning somehow, and like Kong's being the shit out of him, knocks him into the water, and Kong is the only one who comes back up. So that's why a lot of people you don't know if Godzilla actually lost that because he could have just pieced out. You don't know, but a lot of
I don't
people
know how.
assume
Yeah,
Kong.
God,
A
how
lot of
that
people.
monkey even survives? I don't
A
know.
lot of people assume Kong won that, but so the director said he didn't like that. Like you don't know, so he's like, I wanted people to know. Want them? You're gonna walk out knowing who won.
All right, that'll be cool, but if they give it to Kong though, it's gonna make no sense in my head. I already if
Whoa,
that is the
whoa,
case,
whoa, 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 hold on. Okay, so pulling devil's advocate out of here. Say it's a land battle. Kong's definitely
I
stronger than Godzilla.
I really
He's
think it's gonna.
stronger. He's stronger. He's
I don't know if he's
smarter. He's more.
stronger. He's
He's
more. He's
definitely
more
no. He's
dex. He's more
stronger.
dexterous. He's more dexterous.
No, he's stronger. At this
What?
size, he's definitely
What?
stronger. He's definitely stronger.
No, I don't think so. I think Godzilla's tail whip could hit him pretty hard too. Godzilla tail whipped another
Okay,
kaiju
okay.
into a building and brought the building down.
No, okay. Godzilla's got like a power move, yeah, but like Kong overall
He's
is
got
just
power moves.
power moves. Kong overall is definitely strong. It's just he's a gorilla. They can lift like 5 times their body weight, which his body weight's going to be through the roof now. He's way more agile, way faster, so he could easily, the Mega Beam Ray Godzilla has is great, but it's kind of slow. Godzilla's really slow on land.
I agree that he's less dexterous than King Kong, but I don't know. I just don't think. I don't think that. I think they're gonna overplay the strength like that, like power difference, sort of. When Godzilla clearly has the range and the power moves to bring Kong down. Like you tail
Yeah,
whip
what happens
Kong a
when
few
Kong gets
times.
close? What happens when Kong gets like close up in on him? Now,
Godzilla does do close range
yeah,
battles. Not to like, even
yeah.
even if Kong is stronger than him, it's not going to be like insanely because they're both still gigantic monsters with a ton of walls of meat in them. And
Now the movies
Godzilla's
did make it
bite
seem
is
like,
pretty fierce.
and they also did make it seem out to Godzilla's pretty much invincible. He pretty much gets dropped from outer space, and lives.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So it did make it so. Kong is definitely going to be faster, more
Mhm.
agile, can get away in a few punches, but Godzilla is a tank.
Really
Like
is.
like his skin's like okay. So like another point of like definitely a flaw of Kong is it's been taken out with guns in the past.
Yeah, they've hurt
like
him good.
literally just guns. Like
Yes.
so like it's like I don't know how. And Godzilla, you shot a gun at
They're
him,
gonna
you'd be like,
lean
you're an idiot.
really, really hard on this axe, this whole weapon thing. They're gonna lean really hard on it to try and get
I
Kong
hope
to
they
win it.
use an electrical thing
God, oh
just
God,
to
I
watch
would,
you lose your
I will
mind. Just to
scream at
watch
the
you lose your
freaking
mind.
movie. I will scream. I'll probably, I don't know if I'm gonna go see it. I know it's hitting theaters. I don't know what's going on with all coronavirus and everything, but
It is
that's a
on
movie I
HBO
might
Max.
see in theaters, or I might just watch an HBO. Oh, yeah, but the experience, man. You
Yeah,
got to see a
yeah, yeah.
kaiju movie on the big screen. It just hits better.
I know. I'm gonna keep thinking.
I'm a big advocate. You can watch almost anything, almost anything from home, but a kaiju movie,
Yeah, that's
that
true.
thing you really want on a big screen because that just hits
Now,
different.
they definitely so power balance here, like things he's going on is obviously water battle done. Godzilla easily done.
Yeah.
No
Yes.
chance.
Yes.
Land battle, I'm still definitely gonna say Godzilla, but I'm gonna actually pull up a thing I read today about Godzilla versus King Kong,
Okay.
and we'll see what you think of it.
Unless it says that Kong's a giant ape that's gonna get his bell rung, I'm probably gonna hate it.
I will give this person a shout out. So this is on Quora, you know that like it's like a question page kind of site.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really good site. Yeah, check it out sometimes. It's a really good site. So the question was, how does Kong stand a chance against Godzilla and Godzilla versus Kong? This is
Okay.
a
Good
user
start.
CW Gross is the guy's name.
All right. All right.
You mean how does Godzilla stand a chance against Kong?
Oh, I hate you.
Yeah, Godzilla is brute power. He's a big tank who stomps in and tail whipping and atomic blasting anything in his path. The only time he's ever showed anything like a strategy was when he attempted to drag Ghidorah underwater. Otherwise, he was consistently trying to fight Ghidorah head on and got his ass kicked several times, which is true.
What does Kong do that's different? Other than I
Hold
guess his
on.
use of weapons, but other than that,
He can only beat him when he was jacked up on the nuke and Mothra's dust, which was true again. That's the only time he could do him. Then he just walked up to Ghidorah and pulsed at him. Godzilla is not a very
yeah.
smart fighter, and his strategy only works because he was ridiculously overjacked, which was plot armor. That's what that person says, which he doesn't have anymore.
Okay.
Kong, on the other
Okay.
hand, is a smart fighter. In Skull Island, we see that already at his adolescent stage, he could lift several times his own weight, which is true. He uses weapons. He killed the King Skull Caller by reaching into his mouth and ripping out the insides from the inside. Skull Island says that he's still growing and will be Godzilla sized by the next movie, which we see is true. And he's an alpha level kaiju. The King of Monsters novelization shows that when Kong heard Ghidorah's alpha call, he ignored it.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
a few more things to consider. Kong has already beaten Godzilla before in King Kong versus Godzilla. Kong has already 1-0 over Godzilla. Frothing at the mouth, Godzilla fanboys will pretend it didn't happen or say it's unfair or unrealistic.
It
This
happened. I just think it's stupid. How do they? Okay, how do they argue that though? When we were talking about it in the older movie, King Kong's secret weapon is that he's electric. Like, how does someone argue that? Like, how does well, that to me that's just a King Kong fanboy going, yeah, that makes total sense for no reason, but I just want to use it because my guy won.
Yeah, no, you're gonna hate this point
Nonsense.
because this might be a prediction that you're gonna hate, and it's very true. And I didn't even think about this.
I already hate this user.
Yeah, if it's right there, Kong won. Also, up to now, the movies have never referred to Kong by his full name. Only
I
Kong. So there's
know, and I swear to God, if the ending is literally just King Kong, I'm going to trash this movie on. I don't usually trash movies. I don't usually post anywhere about them, but I will go into the trailer on YouTube and say nasty, nasty things about this movie and every other chat box I can find on the planet.
fair. And get ready. You're gonna like this part. So yeah, this big tank with atomic blast suddenly finds himself locked into combat with a stronger, faster, more agile, more savage opponent who's coming at him fast from every angle, hitting him with everything available, dodging his blast and fighting dirty. It will be even worse if Godzilla goes to Skull Island. Kong's extremely territorial, and he knows that Terry will piss him off. I feel sorry for Godzilla. He's so underclassed in this fight.
User, whatever your name is, I hate you. If you ever listen to this, know that I hate you on a deep, deep level.
I'm not gonna lie though, he makes some not bad points though.
No, I would like to point out though. I would like to point out that last statement there. So yeah, the giant giant atomic tank. I like for that. That's the term he uses to describe Godzilla against a more agile Kong. Like that's pretty much the argument I heard right there. And once again, nuclear fire breath. I don't care what you think. It will beat any fleshy creature. It'll beat any kaiju.
Yeah, I mean you talked about it already, but the whole napalm thing definitely puts a huge
Yes.
disadvantage for Kong in that level.
Yes.
On the same page though,
and this guy doesn't even argue the whole point of the plot armor of this stupid axe. So once again, I'm saying they're going to be relying very, very heavily on this axe that can somehow resist nuclear fire and absorb it. It almost looks like the axe is glowing blue at points. So so basically, this magic axe is going to be used to fight this guy. Once again, yes, I know I'm talking in terms of a very fictional movie with giant monsters and fighting, and the fact the entire world isn't destroyed by somehow their radiation is helpful. Yes, I understand ridiculousness, but I'm arguing in terms of all of that. I don't think you justify establish that he probably didn't make himself.
The only thing is that Kong is definitely more agile and faster and stuff like that. Debatable of stronger. I definitely think he could be stronger. It's possible, whatever. But a lot of times we watch a lot of animes where the character's more agile but not as brute force. I mean, you could even there's episodes of Naruto that are like that. Where Naruto is just
disagree,
faster. Like honestly, hold on. Let's talk about Minato. That guy's all speed, all agility. Obviously, it's a little more extra than King Kong could have because King Kong can't teleport and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, sometimes speed beats brute force.
Sometimes, but you also got to take into account the fact that Minato's speed was accompanied by insanely Godzilla level speed or Godzilla level brute force of just I'm going to hit you with an energy weapon and win.
What I'm just saying is that maybe Kong, he can jump around, move around, get in up on him, take a few punches at him, peace out, come back in, take a few punches on him, peace out. He can just come back in and out.
You could definitely do that, but you're still don't get around the fact like that axe, obviously, but you don't really get around the fact of the nuclear laser. Like you can run as far as you want, that can probably still hit you.
But it's slow.
We're very vague about the range.
But it's slow.
It's slow, but he can move it when he fires that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's slowly.
Okay, and the farther you get, the range doesn't matter the farther you get away. Like you just it's a wider arc of effect.
Why is Kong getting far away? Why wouldn't he stay close and
you just said Kong gets a few punches, then he moves far away, then he gets a few
I didn't say move far away, I said moves out. I said moves out.
Oh my god.
Out.
Well, okay, all right, now we're just talking about horseshoes here because I really think that the distance is going to be they're two giant level kaiju. I don't think when he moves out, it's going to be several miles. So I don't think it's.
I think he's going to jump from like building to building, take a few punches at because if they're in a building area, that's going to be in Kong's advantage.
You think those buildings can withstand Kong's weight?
They always do.
Not in the okay. Well, I'm going to point out that in Godzilla, they did not do a great job of withstanding kaiju weight or kaiju attacks.
I'm not talking about all the kaiju.
I know, but I'm talking about in this one. Like fine, that's in that case, that's gonna be plot armor because they've showed the buildings to be just as brittle in the other movies.
That's true.
So I definitely think they'll be just as brittle this one. So I think it'll be an equal hindrance to both of them, in my opinion.
So how many times?
And because like also Godzilla is they're about the same height. They're about the same height in this movie.
Yeah.
And Godzilla is pretty much taller or at the same height of most of the buildings. That's true. The first movie.
That's true.
And of course the second one. So once again, I don't think that'll matter too much.
Yeah. So what percentage would you give Kong?
Kong? With or without plot armor?
Okay, we'll do without plot armor first.
Without plot armor, 0.
With plot armor,
1 to 5%.
Okay. All right.
Of having them make the plot armor make sense to me, and it winning.
I mean, technically, Godzilla got some plot armor in King of the Monsters.
I could believe that. I could almost believe that one more because Godzilla is a nuclear like he's basically a nuclear reactor as it is, and he got supercharged with it. Because his whole point of survival, like the whole reason he survived so long, is because he like lived close to a nuclear. He was
Mm-hmm.
dormant near a nuclear, like a naturally nuclear occurring space, and he absorbed nuclear radiation over time. So I can believe that one more than I can believe. Okay, let me put it down to I can believe that more than I can believe man made King Kong a giant axe that can somehow absorb nuclear radiation, and he's gonna use it. He's gonna block every single one of Godzilla's attacks with it somehow.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So I'll give it that.
All right. So the big grievance here is that if Kong wins, Davis is going to throw a hissy fit.
Pretty much, yes. I will
Yeah,
throw the
yeah,
biggest hissy
yeah.
fit ever because
I-
I'm
and-
right and they're goddamn wrong.
Yeah, and obviously I've been trying to play a little soft here, but I totally agree with Davis. Like, let's get real. Water fight, Godzilla, done. Boom, boom. Kong gets hit with the blaster once, done. There's no chance.
Yes.
Kong gets hit with the tail whip. Honestly, ribs broken. Your body's
Yes.
broken.
Body.
He's a mammal. Like, he doesn't have this hard skin that Godzilla has.
Yes.
If Godzilla can pulse at all, the
done,
fight's
yeah.
over. The fight's over. It's not even close.
Yes.
It's not even close. I agree. You've said this early episode, but I agree that I do think that he's going to be Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, I think that it's gonna come out to be that. Like that's the real body at the end, and they're gonna have to fight that.
Yeah.
They'll be brothers in arms that somehow and do that. It's like, man, fuck off.
Yeah, but yeah. No, obviously everyone leave your comments. Subscribe. Tell us what you think
Please
about
let
Kong.
us know who you think will win, or let me put that a different way. Please let me know how you think Godzilla will win, and how much bullshit you'll think of if Kong wins.
Yeah, if you think Kong wins, we'll definitely read them and respond to them and all that jazz.
I'll explain how they're nonsense.
Yes, but catch you later.
Peace.